Okay, well, let me get started here with Nzinga. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes,
Nzinga.
ma'am.
Zing zing.
Nzinga, the beautiful Nzinga, who
Yes.
plays Angela. Angela
Yes.
often finds herself in the middle of Zach and Fatima's relationship, right? So how does her role as a friend evolve in season 3? And how does Angela kind of balance supporting Fatima while dealing with her own personal issues?
I think for one, you see a lot more of Angela's personal relationship outside of Zach and Fatima. You see a lot of her dating life and what she's going through, the ups and downs of that. But she still manages to be all up in Fatima's drama and try to tell her what she needs to do when in reality, everybody's just trying to figure it out and learn what love is for you and your partner. But I think she is that person who's going to consistently tell her when something seems crazy, if he's getting a little out of hand, because she sees Fatima as this regal, educated woman who's done well for herself, and then she's, falling in love with a man who doesn't have the same kind of upbringing or pedigree. And it's hard for Angela to really wrap her mind around Fatima getting dragged into so much drama. So she's always trying to tell her, are you sure this is what you want? But Fatima's all in. So Angela is seeing their love. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's what she wants. She wants that man who's going to do anything for her. But at the same time, the cost and seeing it the way that Zach brings it up and the way he portrays it, it can get a little crazy. And she's not really here for all that crazy. She's a little scared. She talks a big game, but she's a little scary. So it's interesting to see that dynamic grow this season.
Yeah.
Right on. And of course, my next question is for the beautiful Danielle. Belinda. Belinda has been known to stir up some drama between Zach and Fatima. So what can we expect from her character this season? And how does Belinda's relationship with Fatima change as the tension between them grows?
Oh wow. Well, she's still stirring the pot into season 3. The pot is still being stirred. There's definitely more drama happening. I can't give too much away about what happens with our relationship because it's a weird dynamic and a series of events that cause things to take another shift after we were already in a transition of our friendship. But I will say that Belinda is, very close to just desperately wanting to be Fatima's friend again, wanting to be let back in the friend circle. At this point, Angela is starting to act weird with Belinda, so it's not just Fatima. And I think Angela is starting to build up a tougher skin towards Belinda, and it's really now making me feel like on the outs for real, because it was like, it's starting to feel like I'm losing the grip of our friendship. So you're going to see me struggling, trying to pull that back together. And the dynamic between Belinda and Fatima, you just have to watch and see how that unfolds and moves on into the next season.
Very good. And of course, moving right along to Jasmin. Deja's flirtatious nature often causes problems for Zach and Fatima. So how do you approach playing a character like her, and what new challenges does she bring to the story this season?
You know what? This character is a real person. Everybody knows a Deja.
I know Deja.
And everybody's like, Deja, stay away from my man. But the thing is, Deja doesn't really mean harm, but kind of does at the same time. It's like that line in that Nelly song. He's like, unless you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, Deja's very fun to play, and I really enjoy playing her character because I'm not like that. There's some elements of my personality, obviously, with the comedic side of things that I really enjoy that I get to bring on screen with Deja. But I mean, you're just gonna continue to see Deja, waiting to see if you're gonna bite the bait. Just one of those people, those people who just closed mouths don't get fed. I'm gonna say it because you might say yes, but if you say no, that's okay. But I'm still gonna say it. I'm gonna see, I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna see what's going on. And Deja really enjoys getting under Fatima's skin, and it shows. And I think she just has a lot of fun doing that. And then at the same time, Zach cannot stand her. It's just, that you go to places where people don't want you there, and you don't care because you thrive in that energy. And that Deja just does not care. And I'm a person that cares. So I love being able to play a character that doesn't care. But yeah, you can expect just, Deja being Deja. That's the hashtag, Deja being Deja.
I like that. Hashtag Deja being Deja. And Ameer, your character Jeremiah is on one. I don't know what's going on with this brother this season, but he clearly is bringing the drama. So what can you tell us about what fans can expect with your character this season and his dynamic with his brother Zach?
Yeah, he's on a further declivity into the abyss of just shame and madness. He's lost it, and so Zach he's after me. I've done some ill things regarding with Fatima, and the fans are going to really, really hate me this season. That's all I can say. They're going to really, really hate the character.
So what did you most enjoy about exploring Jeremiah's world this season?
Oh yeah, well, what I enjoyed about exploring Jeremiah, I am Jeremiah. I was telling Zach, I was on drugs at 14, 15, 16, and 17, and I was an addict as a kid. And so playing this character just really freed me and had me to go back into my past and search out a lot of hurt and pain. It's ironic because like in real life, my dad and I both were addicted. And my mother saw the trailer and she just was traumatized by reliving that. And I was telling Zach about that. And so that trauma impacted me and impacted my mom. It's going to impact a lot of people. And it's just a real story. I'm so grateful to play this character.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So on that note, let me ask you something. Was exploring this character this season and all that he goes through and, connecting the personal connection that you have with his journey, was it therapeutic at all for you to kind of occupy the headspace of Jeremiah this season?
It was, because I've been off of drugs for 20 years now, but to go back and to dig back into that, it could be very dangerous because the nuances of an addict, that feeling, I had to put myself in that feeling of getting high, and it feels good to be high. I used to snort heroin, so a lot of kids in New Orleans snort heroin, and I used to snort heroin. So having that feeling of being high, the drag with the tone, you're bending and you're scratching, but it's very, very dangerous to play characters like this because you can easily slip back off into your addiction if you're not strong enough to do that. And so that impacted my mom. And so I told Zach, I really hope that Jeremiah shows something different because it's a way to play that character. You feel that addict. You feel that addict inside because he's there, he's dormant, and he wants to come alive, but I must tame him, right? And so it's very dangerous to play him. But I, by God's grace, I'm in control.
Oh, yes.
Amen.
Come on now.
Angela is often the voice of reason, but she also has her own complexities. What do you think drives Angela's actions this season, and how do her relationships with the other characters, especially Fatima, evolve?
Oh, I think hurt drives a lot of what she does this season. She's hurt because she's finally seeing some of before she wanted to believe that Belinda had best intentions, now she's starting to question that. I think it's the same thing with Zach and Fatima. She sees a good love story, but she also questions some of the things that happen. And then within her own love story, she has so much love for Bryce, but he's broken her heart publicly with her friends. So she's trying to be tough. She's trying to really put up that armor like, I don't need you. Meanwhile, there's undercurrents of definite, feelings still there, but she's working through them with dealing with other men, and is not helping her, and she's having to put up this front and not really be herself with the new people that she's introducing, while pushing away kind of everyone, including Belinda, including Bryce. She's kind of going into her own shell, and I think that's gonna make her, I think she's already a little bit too dependent on Fatima, but it makes her lean into that drama a little bit more so she doesn't have to deal with her own issues.
That's real.
Yeah.
Very good. And my final question is going to be for Danielle and Jasmin and Ameer. Same question for each. If you can quickly tell me without spoiling anything, what can fans expect from your characters' growth individually and, kind of how they're dynamic with others in the cast this season? No spoilers, obviously. What can you tease us with what we can expect?
As much as people like to think that Deja is the villain, Deja is here to help. Deja just wants to help. That's it.
Okay.
That is it. No, seriously. Deja just wants to help.
Herself to your man.
Exactly.
Wait, I love that Danielle rolled her eyes.
And Belinda, of all people, rolling her eyes. I can't.
Well, yeah. Because I feel like she's trying to be Fatima friends, and Fatima don't need no more friends. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She got me, and I just need to, I just hope she's not trying to be her little next door neighbor friend there. So
Listen,
That's
I'm
what
not trying to
eye
get
roll
kicked
was.
out of that nice little
a nice
apartment,
apartment.
that townhouse.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get kicked out of there. I'm trying to make friends,
Right. That's facts.
be helpful.
Oh, wow. What can they expect? I think they're just going to, more devastation, I would say, more devastation of an addict, right? All the nuances of an addict, all the pain and anxiety and fear of an addict, and a person who appears to be strong, but internally is very, very weak. And so I would say that. That's what I would say.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Danielle, Nzinga, Jasmin, Ameer, that's my time. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank
Looking
you so
Thank
forward
you.
to
much.
It was
much.
nice speaking with you.